So do I have this correct?
Well, basically what we're saying is that these migrants help their host country and produces benefits to the host country.
Okay.
The tagline is not necessarily
All right.
a sentence to the entire first
Yeah,
paragraph.
okay. So my question to you is, do you agree with me that legal immigrants are more productive than illegal immigrants in terms that they pay more taxes to the government?
Well, the problem is taxes are not only income taxes. Whenever an illegal immigrant even buys anything, they're still paying some
But
sort
you
of
do agree that legal immigrants pay more taxes, right?
potentially.
And do you agree that a country, or any country for that matter, wants more legal than illegal immigrants?
Well, if you have a convention which provides more access to the way of illegal migration, then you will get more legal immigrants because they're no longer having to go through routes to become illegal.
Is that a yes?
Well, having more migrants that are legal will, yes, increase more taxes.
Thank you very much. Let's move on. So, do you agree that a government, whether we ratify this convention or not, a government will still be have the ability to dictate how many legal migrants that come into the country?
Well, quotas exist.
Right, exactly. Do you agree that we are mostly talking about migrants who can't afford these protections, right? Because if we were to talk about wealthy migrants, they already get these protections. So where this debate is about poor migrants that can't get protections, yes?
They're not necessarily always poor, but
most
yes,
of
in
the
the situation, most of the
Okay, so do you agree with me that if we increase protections for these migrants, which includes, like you said, due process, which is a lawyer, which I'm sure all of us know costs a lot of money. So if we increase protections, we're going to have to provide lawyers that are paid by the government, right?
Well, due process doesn't necessarily mandate they have to have a lawyer.
But that's one of the things that,
Due process can be under the interpretation of the legislation.
Right, but
of the
whatever right we're
to
talking
do the
about,
fairest trial.
right, whatever right we're talking about, do you agree that it's going to cost the government money?
Well, we say that beneficially it's okay, so what we're saying is that if there are pull factors where migrants will come, they'll pay more taxes or whatever, they'll get the economic benefits. That will compensate for whatever economic strain it will have on the government they're providing.
So, but that is a yes, that it costs more.
No, we're saying it doesn't cost more money because these migrants are
No, but it costs the government more money in terms of the
If
right
you want
to
us to
protect.
just sort of frame it and ignore the rest, then yes, it costs more money.
Okay, let's move on then. Do you think that a government accepts migrants because they cost more than citizens or because they are beneficial economically to the government?
Governments accept migrants because, one, rejecting migrants can, yes, it can be beneficial to the economy, which is one reason they could accept it, but also rejecting them is like morally incorrect. Why should you reject someone?
No, but you said that we're talking about net benefits. You said nothing about in your burden that we talk about morals. So I'm going to talk about the net benefits specifically, which is what you mentioned. So, in the terms of net benefits, do you think that governments do you agree with me that governments accept migrants usually because they can take less wages, because their conditions are still better off than their host countries? Okay, and do you agree with me that human capital is something that is essential for a country's development?
Well, yes.
Thank you.